Alright, what's going on, guys? So I'm back with another video. This is kind of going to be a new one. A ranking video of the 21 zombies maps from Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 3, worst to best. So, quick warning, fair warning, before I start, this is my own personal opinion. If you get offended, click off the video right now. At number 21, we have Transit. Transit is from Black Ops 2, and it is a really annoying map. I hate this map because of the denizens. They're small little zombie creature things that hide out in the dark mist. I really hate them because they scratch at your face, they make it hard to see, and they are just annoying in general. That and Avogadro, the zombie boss, the electric man. Oh boy, I hate the guy so much. The jet gun, also a big waste of time. And the bus leaves whenever you are like on it, when you're not on it at random, and that gets really annoying. Number 20 is Die Rise. In Die Rise, I'm always, like, it's a nice idea, but I'm always constantly worried about fall damage. Fall damage is the one thing I hate about Die Rise most of all. Ninja crawlers really suck when it comes to those rounds, but a nice touch-up, you get a perk if you don't get hit, which is you can use the trample scenes in like a certain spot. Who's Who is a terrible perk. Terrible. Like, literally, it's quick revive with, if you don't, it's like a secondary quick revive if you don't have quick revive yet. It's so dumb. The elevators come up and down random, you don't know what perk you're gonna get, and that gets really annoying if you, like, really need Jug, or if you really need Speed Cola, or Quick Revive. Just don't get Who's Who. At number 19, we have Nocturne Toten. The things I don't like about this map, not much running space, not much room, there's not much in the map in general. It may have been the first map, but it's not the first map these guys were introduced. Dempsey, Nikolai, Takio, Richtofen, it's not the first map they were introduced in. There's not much space to run in, there's too many corners to get cornered in, or too many spots to get trapped in, and yeah. At number 18, we have Revelations. Revelations, to me, is like Treyarch's trash bin. It's a map for maps to go when they've lost their way, such as Origins, Afterwards, but I like Origins. But it's also known as Treyarch's trash bin. It's basically like a bunch of maps collided together, plus the Easter egg wasn't really that satisfying. I didn't really like the ending of the Easter egg, and it made me kind of mad. The one good thing about this is the fact that there's a lot of wonder weapons, such as like the Thunder Cannon, the Margwouth is what I like to call it, the Ray Gun, and etc. Number 17 is Ascension. I don't really like Ascension that much because of how, like, tedious the map can get, like how much corners it has. The one bad thing that ticks me off about Ascension the most has to definitely be the monkeys constantly trying to take your perks. I hate the monkeys, they are terrible. I hate when they take your perks, it's not cool. But what I really do like about the map is the sickle. Instead of the Bowie knife, the sickle is actually pretty cool to have, and I love the sickle. That's probably the only thing I love about that map. Number 16, 5. The reasons I don't like this, it's not like I don't really like this map because of how it's built. I love, like, the theme of the map, how it's in the Pentagon, and you play as JFK, McNamara, Castro, and, yeah, all of those guys. The thing that I hate is the tight spaces that the place gives you. There's not much running space, except around in circles. The Pentagon Thief, always constantly worried about taking my ray gun and stuff, and I really hate when he tries to take my ray gun, because I need my ray gun. I need the ray gun. Another thing being Winter's Howl. I really don't like this wonder weapon. It's the Ice Staff's mentally challenged brother. I'm sorry to say, but the Ice Staff is like the best wonder weapon in my opinion. Up at number 15, we have Verrucht. Now, the reason I hate Verrucht is because when you're playing with friends, you sometimes get separated in spawn, and when they go down, you can't really revive them, which is kind of the sucky part. Another thing being tight spaces. I didn't really like the tight spaces in that map. It was really hard to get around when you were trying to get away from zombies and such. The only one thing I liked is that it introduced a perk into the game that wasn't in yet. So yeah. At number 14, we have Call of the Dead. The things I hate about Call of the Dead, don't get me wrong, the map is beautiful. A snowy landscape, abandoned ship, faking movie set, or a fake movie set. with a bunch of stuff, with like a bunch of cool relics and stuff. The things I hate about this map, probably the freezing water and George, and how disappointing some of the one of the wonder weapons is out of the two. George, he constantly gets mad unless you're in the icy water. If you hit him in the icy water, then he won't run, but if you hit him in actuality, like, let's say you're aiming towards a horde of zombies and you're trying to get some points, it's really nerve-wracking to try to shoot George, or to try to shoot the zombies when George is right behind them. It's really bad, and I hate George so much in that game. The one thing that I like about that map is the fact that Robert Englund is in it, the guy who played Freddy Krueger. It's actually really cool to think about, so yeah. At number 13, we have Setsubo no Shima. I like the map because it has beautiful landscape, and it is a very large map. The only problem being I'm worried about drowning when I'm in the water, and I'm also worried about, you know, like the spiders webbing up my perks, and when I'm trying to desperately get a perk, I have to slice up all the webbing first before I can grab it. And yeah, at number 12 we have the Giant, the map that I was just playing earlier. The reason I like the Giant / Doris is the fact that it's a callback to the old characters, such as Nikolai, Dempsey, Takio, Richtofen, etc. The characters meet back up again in the Giant, and I really like that. Up at number 11, we have the Pro Player map, or Nuketown. Nuketown is one of those maps, like, if you're really good at, like, you know how to train, you know how to, you're, like, really good at zombies, this is the map for you. Like, I can't explain, like, how much this map is, like, decent. This map isn't bad, but it's not good. There's, like, nothing to do, and the thing I hate about this map is the fact that there's random perks that you get. The random perks are what really throw me off about this map. Like, I could be wishing for Jug, and I could like instantly get Pack-a-Punch, and I won't have enough money for Pack-a-Punch. Having Pack-a-Punch is good, but I don't like the fact that the perks spawn random. At number 10, we're getting to the good maps. Number 10 is Moon. The thing I don't like about Moon is the fact that the Nova Crawlers are a pain to kill, especially when it's zero gravity. And that, plus the Spaceman, whenever he grabs me, he knocks it, like, every time I go down, every time I have Jug, he always gets rid of my Jug. Every time I have Quick Revive, he always gets rid of my Quick Revive when he hits me. Every time I have freaking Speed Cola, too, he always does that. He always seems to get rid of my freaking perks every time he grabs me and hits me with his head. The one thing I do like about this map, though, has to be the Wave Gun. The Wave Gun is the most overpowered gun I've ever seen in any zombies map besides Shadows of Evil. Shadows of Evil having the Margwouth is what I like to call it. So yeah. But number 9, we have Shangri-La. Now, this map is a very, very beautifully visualized map. It also has the baby gun, which basically you shoot the zombies, they turn into little babies, you can kick them like a football. And yeah, you can just yell touchdown after you kick one. You can do that to the zombie monster or the zombie bosses. But the one thing that throws me off about this map is the sharp corners, the tight spaces, and the Shrieker zombies. The Shrieker zombies get really annoying. Like, especially during the higher rounds when you're trying to train zombies. That guy's just coming at you, screwing up your day, and it gets really, really annoying. Up at number 8, we have Shino Numa. This is the map where where the characters first met. It's a really beautiful map. I like how they went away from, like, the Nazi stuff to the, to, like, kind of a jungle. Plus, it is also where the meteor crashed, the 115 meteor was crashed. And yeah, the thing I don't like is when you go to, like, the little cabins, it gives you a perk randomly, and you have to go to all 3 corners of the map to get either Jug, Speed Cola, or Quick Revive, and that makes me really upset. But it is the first map that introduces Hellhounds, and Hellhounds are actually one of the coolest zombie bosses in this map. Up at number 7, we have Gorod Krovi. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, why isn't this lower down on your list? Why did you put Gorod Krovi at this number, at number 7? Well, I'm here to tell you it's not as bad as you think. Gorod Krovi is one of those maps where, like, you can play with your friends if you want a challenge. Gorod Krovi to me is like a really challenging map because of the amount of places you have to cover and the really tedious Easter egg. But if you're into challenges, this is the map for you. The thing I like about this map is the boss fight against Nikolai. It's really fun to do. Also, the dragons and the gravestone challenges, the charge up wonder weapon, and the ray gun Mark III are probably, are worth it in my opinion in this map. They are worth it for being wonder weapons. They're worthy. And yeah, that's what I like about those wonder weapons. Up at number 6, we have Shadows of Evil, also known as Call of Duty Squid Warfare. Flashback to Thanos' video. Yeah, whatever. The thing I like about this map is they kind of changed the perspective of zombies, and I'm totally fine with that. Like, when they added the Margwas were so cool when I first saw them, until I realized I had to shoot their 3 heads off. Yeah, that's right, 3. I hated that. But then again, what can you do? I'm used to the map now, and yeah. Also, the wonder weapon, the Margwouth, is the most insane and overpowered wonder weapon I've ever seen. But then again, you have to look at it in perspective where if you didn't have Gobblegum, if Gobblegum wasn't a thing, you wouldn't have that much bullets. But since Gobblegum is a thing, then you can really go to town with this gun. Up at number 5, we have Kino der Toten. Probably my favorite ever Black Ops 1 map that I have ever played, and the first Black Ops, actual Black Ops Zombies map I've ever played. Kino is like one of those maps where it's like, oh hey, yeah, this is a good map to train in, especially like on the stage and everything. Pack-a-Punch is a pretty, when they introduced the teleporter, that was really cool. Especially when you could actually teleport to the Pack-a-Punch, I thought that was actually pretty cool instead of having to use the mainframes. And yeah, another thing I like about this map is the Save Me Wonder Weapon, the Thunder Gun. That weapon is the most overpowered weapon in Black Ops 1 in my opinion. It is really fun to use, but it also can be really bad, like, let's say you have to do stuff, or let's say you have to like go do something, or if you have to take a pee or something, you can just blast that thing and the zombies are no longer a problem. Up at number 4, we had Der Eisendrache. The thing I really love about this map is the bows, the elemental bows, the Void Bow, Wolf Bow, Fire Bow, or Lightning Bow. My favorite being the Lightning Bow. It's like the most overpowered wonder weapon in all of Black Ops history, in my opinion. But the Wolf Bow was really cool. You follow the story of the Wolf King, the Void Bow. It's not really one of my favorite weapons, but it's a pretty strong one. I don't recommend it that much in this map, but yeah. Now the Panzer sometimes is a bit of a problem in this map, especially since, you know, he has shock charges instead of a hand, and that flamethrower can be pretty ridiculous. But other than that, for like problems with this map, I don't really have a big problem with the map at all. Up at number 3, we have Buried. Buried is one of those maps where it's a cool idea and concept, and it clearly shows, in my opinion. You've got the Paralyzer, great wonder weapon. The steps between Maxis and Richthofen, where they finally meet up and you get to choose which one of them wins the war and takes control of the zombies. And in my opinion, I love this map because of how cool it looks. Like Leroy being the giant dude you have to break out of the cell. And another thing being the fact that it is the final map. It is the final map of the Victus crew up until the remake of Call of the Dead and Black Ops 4. Up at number 2, we have Mob of the Dead. The thing I really like about this map is it was based on an actual true event where 4 prisoners of Alcatraz ended up escaping. One, I don't think, got out the way they planned, but the other 3 ended up escaping the map, and those prisoners that you play as in that game end up being the protagonists of the map. And yeah, the Warden is an attacker in the map, along with the Blundergat. The Blundergat is one of those best wonder weapons I've ever used. So you can either get the regular Blundergat upgraded, or you could get the Acid Gat no upgrade, or you can get the Vitrolic Withering, which is the Blundergat with the Acid Gat both upgraded. So yeah, now to top number 1. My number 1 personal favorite map of all time is Origins. Yeah, I said it. Mob of the Dead is under Origins. Now, like I said, it's my own personal opinion, but Origins has been the map that I've loved and dreamt for in Zombies for years. And it finally happened in Black Ops 2. And boy, am I happy that happened. That map had such a good Easter egg that I actually liked. It isn't that hard to do. There's a lot to do in the map. Where, let's say, you get the golden shovel, the golden helmet, the 4 staffs being lightning, fire, wind, and ice. And they are all really, really strong wonder weapons. Another thing being perks such as PhD, electric cherry, all those kinds of perks. Those are super fun to get. Getting the golden shovel is probably the best thing you can do because you can get empty perk bottles from dig sites that you can only see through zombie blood. Another thing being that you can get zombie blood in that map. Zombie blood is probably the best thing in that map to get. So yeah, that is my personal ranking of Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 3 Zombies maps, worst to best. If you guys liked this video, please like and subscribe. And also check out my new content that I'll be uploading soon. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. As for more videos,